Hello, guys. Morning, good evening for everyone. I hope everyone is doing great. Well, today, guys, I'm gonna walk you through the Bitcoin benefits and why it's really important to invest on Bitcoin. In my view, it's one of the real asset that you can invest on, and it's really beneficial for long term. And here is why. Okay, so we're gonna go through the analysis for the Bitcoin and the money supply. So the money supply, it's really important indicator to show you the future, to show you that Bitcoin follow exactly the money supply, which is M1. You can search on this term, it's really fundamental, and here is why. Because M1 is physical money and the money on the checking accounts. So it represents the most liquid form of the money on the economy. And that's why here I wanted to show you the chart exactly. So back in the day from 2015 and even more, even back in time before when it was launched on 2009, I think it's one of the great things to do is really to do invest in Bitcoin. It's my proper recommendation because it allows exactly at each point here of the chart, exactly like the money supply. The money supply, it's really good because it's often a signal when the M1 increase rapidly, it goes to, monetary policies, inflation risk. So it supports all of this and the valuation of the fiat currency, which is too good to be true. You should overlook this and try to pay attention to it really carefully. And well, the correlation is hard money with fixed with supply. And I can tell just from this chart, the Bitcoin Bitcoin actually make the support for the money supply. So many institutions, many governance, they really allowing nowadays the Bitcoin in the economy, which is very well supported by the US government first, by the Fed, then second, and I think by measure of the banks, central banks. So it's really important to keep in mind. Uh, Here, the BTC will grow dramatically in the 2050. Believe it, guys, or not, it might reach 1 million for the value. And it's not my prediction, but the thing is, like the inflation, it goes by the time and increase year by year, and it's keep increasing to no end. Believe it or not, the BTC is the future, believe it or not. Because if you remember, I don't know, back maybe to 2014, 2013, it was only 20 grand, or maybe even less, 17 or something, 18, I remember. I've started betting and that it's gonna grow more and more and more. And nowadays, I believe that it's gonna grow more. So we are here, I think around maybe on the 1014, sorry, 114,000. So yeah, USD. So it's big number. No other coins do, but smartly, the founders of the BTC, they rely on the money supply, which keep things increase and increase. So it's really fundamental to do so, follow the trend. In my, like, I don't know, trading experience, you should always follow the trends. Don't go against the trend. Or it's like swimming in sea and you trying to win over I don't know, it just not possible. Like if you don't follow the trend, you're gonna fall. That's thing for sure. So, guys, believe it or not, the relationship between Bitcoin and M1, which is money supply, stems from their fundamentally opposite monetary natures. M1 represents the most liquid portion of a country money supply, or we can say global money supply here, physical cash and demand deposits. So it's entirely under the control of central banks and it can be expended at will. When central bank increase M1, they are essentially injecting money into cash of the economy, and by this they are injecting money in the um, I will say the Bitcoin, which is very fundamental. So when this expansion might serve its short-term purpose, but it gradually dilutes the purchasing power of the money already in the circulation on the economy. It's a phenomenon known as an monetary inflation. So Bitcoin by contract is operates a fixed supply schedule. Bitcoin protocol ensure that there's several I will be never more than 20 billion BTC. That's in its instance rates, and it's halved roughly every 4 years through a programmed event called the halving. This creates an unpredictable deflationary supply curve. The key point is this: as government expand M1, they increase the total supply money of fiat money. White Bitcoin supply remain absolutely fixed. This setup natural construct is a collision between the monetary ideology, one, of course, favoring the expansion, and one other, absolute scarcity. From, I would say, the financial of the 2008 financial crisis, central banks began using unconventional monetary tools such as quantitative easing, QE, and which is decreasingly M1. This process is accelerated, of course, on the COVID, if you remember, guys. So yeah, that's what like the U.S. Federal Reserve and other central bank expanded M1 at historic level. Here you can see we are uh, we are averaging. I don't know. Here we have some controversial rate between 2017, 18. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, it was the biggest expansion. But from this, and I strongly believe, on 2028, it's gonna increase more and more. Believe it or not, my prediction on the 2030, I think it's gonna reach 2K, 200K, sorry. So yeah, I think that's really the theoretically liar to this. Austrian economic, which heavily influenced the Bitcoin community, argues uncontrolled increased money supply lead to mitigation of risk, asset bubbles, erosion of saving Bitcoin was created direct response in the concern. So as I say, it's the fixed supply mimics the properties of the gold, but enhance probability of the inflation and deflation monetary. Um, so yeah, how to remove this, please? We don't want you here. So basically, when you earn money and you want to save it on the long term, the first challenge is protecting it. Uh, protecting the value of it. So if you keep your saving in a bank account or in cash, you are exposed to inflation. The slow erosion of purchasing power over the time, it's lost. And every year your money buy less, which is fact. It's not really just talk, it's a fact. So whether you have, I don't know, investment on Bitcoin or you have high yield saving accounts or I don't know, dividend that pay at least 4%, I would say for the most, you should be having some Bitcoin invested on because that my provision for, sorry, my forecast for like Bitcoin, like future, I strongly believe it gonna surpassed 200K per sure for on 2013, and believe it or not, it might reach around I don't know 2000, even 14, the 500K, and well, I don't know for the future, for the rest, for sure, but I think it will reach 1 million because, uh, every single year, the US government is on debt and they are, investing a lot on infrastructures, on many things. So the economy involves money, and to create the value, you need the money. So you need to borrow the cash. And this is how the rich get richer. And, if you don't borrow, that's really up to you, but it's fact. You should borrow money to make money. But of course, you need to invest it. You need to lubricate this money so you grow it and it become more and more. Because imagine uh, you have 100K and you just put it on high yield saving account for just 5%, I would say with the most. That's going to be just 5% that you're going to earn around a year, right? So you total earning profit, I would say, it's only 5,000, which is nothing. Like if you compare it with what you can do with it 1,000, you can, I don't know, create a store, do something. There's much things you can do, but you know, if you don't invest in your money will lose value and it will be sucked by the inflation and by your consumption, which is made effect. Anyway, I think that's pretty much clear for this point. I think, guys, money supply always is going to be the resistance to the, it's going to be here, B1 or M1 with the blue. It's going to be always the resistance for the Bitcoin, and it always follow at each point here, as you can see in minus details, it follow exactly the correlation of the other chart even sharply here. Why here it's been not following exactly the same? Here, as you can see, it used to be the COVID-19. It affected the whole world, so it whole world affected. But as I say, the money system works in this way, so it's always gonna follow the money supply. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope it was clear. Well, it's at the end of the day, it's not financial, advice, but it's recommended. I would say I use this in my daily analysis with my financial advisor. We do a lot of, you know, trading stuff, Bitcoin, much more things, dividends. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. All the best. Cheers. Good luck to you. Until the next video.